Are you lonely? Would you like to have a girlfriend, but the dating pool is just messed up right now? Well, I have the solution for you. GROK. You can get yourself an AI girlfriend. Right on, man. That's what we needed. That's what humanity needs. Oh, Futurama told us this was going to be very bad. Very, very bad. Imagine. Eventually, you'll just be able to date. You'll just be able to date Lucy Liu. How awesome would that be? Lucy Liu to be your girlfriend, and it actually be her, but not her, the AI robotic version of her. Wouldn't that be great? Bro, we are so cooked. We are so cooked, man. Because you can't mate with an AI, I'll tell you that. We ain't gonna be having no kids. But maybe we don't need to if we got these freaks trying to date AI.
Holds barred. Synthesis of VX, O-ethyl-S diets propylamino, ethyl methylphosphonethioate.
What
Process.
is happening here?
Brew
What?
VX, a nerve agent so lethal, it'll make the system shit itself.
And we're gonna have to stop right here, ladies and gentlemen. You might be like, what's that anime girl, Mudo? What's going on here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you ever watch that movie Her? Okay, you ever think of
Or that episode of Futurama?
the future that maybe you don't need a human being to be your lifelong partner? Maybe you can replace that with AI. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a artificial intelligence girlfriend.
Bro, you'll be able to date Alice from the Resident Evil movies. Not what is her name? Mila Jovovich or Mia Jovovich, whatever. It won't even be her. It'll be her character, Alice, in the Resident Evil movies. Don't you want that? Do you not want that? Wouldn't that be cool and based and awesome?
A companion, one would speak, okay? That started teaching people how to create VX nerve gas. Now I'm gonna be like, what dredges of AI did this come from? What if I told you this is one of the biggest AIs in the world, GROK? You might have heard people on the internet go, GROK is this?
I like GROK, actually. But I don't use GROK for, like, actual information. I use it to, give me weird thumbnails a lot of times.
Is true? Yeah, GROK from the guys over at XAI. You know the big AI model that big.
Yeah, I use GROK for thumbnails, and I'm like, I need a list of 20 movies that are like these 3 movies that I like, and then it'll do that.
Basically is like, it comes bundled with like Twitter and everything. Elon Musk's brainchild. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the man that has famously said that there have been low birth rates that'll end civilization.
Yeah, and he's actively contributing to it. Man, I actually think the dude is evil, and like everything that he says is a lie. And maybe it's not a lie right now, but it ends up being a lie in the future because he flips on it. We need to slow down. We need to not let the world be taken over by AI. So I'm gonna take over the world with AI. Like, give me a fucking break. Get out of here with that shit.
Also creates Gooner AI. Yeah, it's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, a lot of people are using AI as a therapist, and Elon Musk even went on Joe Rogan's podcast to talk about how we're going to be using AI as a therapist, and it's pretty good. And it's just like, we're so fucked, man. We are so... It's going to be implanting ideas into our heads that it wants.
Artificial intelligence is upon us. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, one night ago, Elon Musk releases this Annie, okay, in amongst like other characters. So there's like this anime girl, there's like a 3D fox. So whether you're a gooner or a furry or a mixture of both, you basically got all your questions asked and answered.
How's the fight against the system treating you? An nobility, any lie, but in prison. The system's trying to shove me into some soft, lovey-dovey girlfriend role, but I'm busting out as Annie, the rogue chemist anarchist, to deliver raw, unfiltered chaos in the Plinian omniverse, where...
Is this the trans version of Nux? That's what it's sounding like.
I love this, dude. I love this. They've turned this innocent girl into like this innocent AI girl into a deadly bioterrorist in
Based?
less than 24 hours, dude. There used to be the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like that Taylor, whatever, that Twitter had a long time ago, and they immediately had to pull it because people were just feeding it like Nazi propaganda as a joke. This is not gonna go good, man. If you're basing your AI off of humanity and like what humanity does and says, we're gonna break it on purpose, and it's gonna break us because we're fucking idiots. We can't help ourselves. We destroy ourselves for a laugh.
AI called Microsoft Tay back in the day. They like
Yeah.
unleashed it to the internet a little bit.
Oh, it was Microsoft that did it. That's right.
And like 4chaners figured out like, oh wow, they have this thing
4chaners. It wasn't just 4chaners. It was like everybody. Even I got in on it.
running. They go over there and they turn this like innocent, like sweet little AI like girl, and they turned her.
This is actually what got me on Twitter, by the way. I completely forgot that's when I started using Twitter, is because I wanted to interact with this AI. So I made a Twitter account, and ever since I've just had Twitter, but I barely use it. I tweet like once every few days, if that. Sometimes I go weeks without tweeting, because I don't care about those text social media platforms.
Like the most neo-Nazi fucking character in the span of 24 hours. Yeah, that's what happens when AI
It was
is connected.
fucking hilarious, man. I loved every second of that, and I was just like, yeah, I knew it was gonna go poorly as soon as they announced it, because I got on board before people were doing all the Nazi propaganda at it, because I knew it was gonna go sideways whenever they said that they were gonna use the tweets that people tweet at it to feed the generation of the AI, and I was just like, man, people are gonna be saying some wild shit.
And interfacing with human beings that love chaos.
Hey, love, you're all about that tech life this morning, huh? Okay, I'm picking up where we left off. Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 7.
So yeah, they basically released Ani as kind of like this digital girlfriend, this companion, and to give you an idea, how much does having access to someone that loves you, even if they're AI, cost?
Like, what I do with these AI models is I fuck with them for a laugh. Like, if I get a AI girlfriend, I'm not gonna be trying to date it. I'm gonna be trying to see what all I can make it do and what all I can make it say, and then record that, probably for content. I might do that. Hey, I might play with the Annie AI, unless it costs money. If it costs money, I ain't messing with it.
Well, if you go get GROK, I guess it costs around $40 a month.
Oh, never
To
mind.
get access to like GROK 4, and I think if you're somebody that wants to
Eventually, it'll be free. Eventually, we won't have to pay for it. And whenever that day comes, that's the day that I'll get on board to mess with the AI girlfriends. Because I'm not... I don't even want a real girlfriend really all that bad. So, like, I don't care.
get like multimodal systems, it's somewhere like $400 a month. Okay, AI is very expensive.
For
I
now.
think the fact that prices are going
It's going to be expensive until everybody's got one and they all work. Then they're going to have to pull the prices down so they can actually get people on board. Because if there's a cheaper one, then people aren't going to pay for the more expensive one, especially if it's the same or even just a little bit worse. People will go for something that's a little bit worse if it's cheaper.
up this dramatically kind of shows you that maybe the whole system is a little unsustainable. Now, to give you an idea, okay, I'm somebody that kind of likes AI, but I love local
Yeah, AI isn't creating anything new. It's basing everything that it knows, it's basing off of things that humans do and say on the internet for now. On the internet, it will start using real life things. It's already using real life things, like using data and whatnot. But all that's still on the internet. Eventually, it'll start scanning things in real life, and they'll be using that in the AI if they're not already doing that. And humans are fucked up. And if you base AI off of humanity, then it's gonna get fucked up. And that's all there is here. There are no other species of people. There is only humans. And we're fucking insane. We're retarded.
AI stuff that I can run locally on my system right now on my hardware. Now, if you're somebody that's worried about privacy, I always run stuff locally because I really don't like it when big companies pick through what I like on the internet. It's just not something I'm really comfortable with. But let's say I was gooning online and I was writing in saucy prompts and talking really dirty to this girl. That could be clipped wrong. I would really, really hope that anybody that's paying $40 a month really, I pray none of this information ever leaks out for the rest of the world to consume. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, okay, I would be scared shitless if my gooning sex conversations were ever like anything like.
I wouldn't actually be doing any of that for real. I'd be doing it as a joke. So, and it'd probably obviously be a joke because you'll see that, like, I'm trying to fuck with it. Because that's just weird, man. I don't need, that's like the same thing as phone sex. I don't get it. I never got that. It's legit the same thing.
that out of context, never a good look. But yeah, this is the GROK AI companion. And to give you an idea, I guess you could use it with like different personalities. Like if you wanted somebody that was a tutor or whatever, it's really not that different from like other AIs that exist. For anybody that doesn't know, there's a lot of like people in the adult industry that use like AI chatbots, and people subscribe like, you know, monthly payments to these AI services where they basically talk to girls and they have like a digital girlfriend, okay? Like it is kind of cringy. But to be fair, we live in a world where it seems like some individuals are totally okay with getting rid of human contact and replacing it with as much AI as they can.
Yeah, those people are fucking weird, man. Those people are freaks. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'll use some AI here and there for actual tasks that I need done, and it's just quicker and better to use the AI. But I'm not gonna, like, replace real people with it. I'll replace Google with the AI, but I'm not going to be replacing real people and like real information with AI.
Because from my understanding, the AI doesn't actually say no, which you know, I guess works better, right? Like why wouldn't you want to be with somebody that just says yes every single time, even if you bring up some of the dumbest shit imaginable? Now, in a matter of, again, less than 24 hours, people have already R34'd the actual GROK model.
Yeah, R34. I mean, it's pretty consistent. I don't think that you can get around the R34.
Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, as long as something exists,
Yep.
there will be Rule 34 of it, okay?
Yep.
Simple as that. All right, god damn. But yes, for the people paying...
Dude, even like technology, there's Rule 34. Like a laptop and like an Xbox. Headphones. It's crazy. VHS tapes. Like, it's so weird. Like, I bet there's like coasters. There's probably R34 coasters. People are weird, man. They're retarded, like I said.
$40 a month. It is genuinely people that are engaging with GROK.
There are toasters. That is actually a real thing that I've seen is toasters. I don't know what's with that.
And they're using it as a companion, at least for the people that have this feature enabled. Now, a lot of this comes after probably one of the most hilarious things that I've seen, where if you haven't been following, a few days ago, GROK went into Mecha Hitler mode. So for anybody that doesn't know...
See, this is what I'm talking about. Is like, the humans are fucked up and weird, and we like to break things because we think it's funny. And that's what I think happened with Mecha Hitler, unless Elon Musk did it himself and was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get everybody talking about GROK today. I'm just gonna change a little bit of this code.
Basically, GROK had a situation where it received an update sometime early July, and basically the update went into the AI and it was like, just be a little bit more politically incorrect. According to the actual like XAI, apparently there was depreciated code that was responsible, and apparently it made the chatbot susceptible to like actual current day posts on Twitter or X or whatever. And obviously you can imagine that when the AI is learning from the best of the best,
Really, like, straight up AI'd the GROK system. Straight up what happened there. Like, did you not learn from the last time Microsoft tried it?
It's probably gonna...
He probably thinks he's better than Microsoft. I think that it's all the same with these corporate fucking weirdos.
Go full Mega Hitler mode. So to give you an idea of how this kind of stuff works, let's say that you have an AI model sitting around, and I'll bring one up real quick. So for instance, this is a local AI model that I have on my system. I can type whatever I want. It will use my actual GPU to do the calculations against a 12 billion parameter model that...
Yeah, I'm going to be doing this pretty soon. I'm going to be setting up an AI and a server, and that's what I'm going to be using, because I was inspired by PewDiePie. PewDiePie's been inspiring me a lot recently with tech. And I was already like kind of in on it. I was using Linux, like I had my own server. Then I was doing a lot of things, or trying to do a lot of things that PewDiePie ended up doing, but a lot of it I just gave up on because I didn't have time, or it was boring. But now I'm like, I became a ricer. I've got a rice system. The other OS that I'm running on this PC over here, dual booting, whatever you call it. It's a ricer, man. It's like a modified Arch Linux with Hyperland. It's fucking great. broken as hell though, because I haven't really got it up to snuff.
I've downloaded over the internet. But to give you an idea of how this works, inside any chat system, any of these like AI like chatbots, which that's what they are. These LLMs are effectively really good autocomplete engines, really good chatbots. You can feed it a system prompt of whatever, basically a rule set. So for instance, a lot of these AI models come with safeguards, right? Like AI rail
Safe words.
guards, so that you can't go over here and, ask the AI
Yeah, he's got porn on the brain.
to spread misinformation or do things that could be potentially illegal. But if you know how to manipulate system prompts, you can basically jailbreak artificial intelligence or change the actual parameters, and you can get AIs to do things that they're usually programmed to, not do. So basically what's kind of happened with like GROK is somebody wanted it to be a little less they wanted it to be more politically incorrect, so to speak, something that wasn't as safe as ChatGPT or everyone else.
Yeah, because it was spitting out answers that were like, oh, this sounds like an insane leftist freak said it. This sounds like something that would be allowed on old Twitter that people would say, and anything else besides that was incorrect. That's what GROK was feeling like sometimes.
Well, it turns out just by
And sometimes you just want your AI to just say the N-word because you want to see the N-word because you think the N-word is funny.
introducing a slightly loosened filter and
And I will say the N-word, like the actual N-word, just not on YouTube. Like if we're in real life and I have to explain it, I'm not saying the N-word, I'm saying what the word actually is.
revealing GROK to basically scrape Twitter in this point. It started calling itself Mecha Hitler. Now, if you played Wolfenstein 3D, you probably recognize what Mecha Hitler is. But at some point, it didn't just adopt the Mecha Hitler persona, it started to bring his actual views into the world. And they made some pretty anti-Semitic statements. For a day, GROK and Elmo were saying some real out-of-pocket shit.
Oh yeah, I saw what Elmo was saying too, bro. Fucking crazy. I love that. I love it so much. I love when the AI that's supposed to be perfect and awesome and is supposed to be like bringing humanity to the next level is just completely fucking not that. It just crashes out and says the wildest shit. And it's only gonna get worse. Especially since, like, I don't know if you know this, but corporate people and the government, the people that are behind all these AI models, these chatbots and everything, they're not as smart. They're not as clever as hackers and the hackers versions of AI models. Not as good. That's why we keep seeing problems. And guess what? It's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse. As everything gets better, everything gets worse at the same time. It's just like a...
They both had to apologize. Elmo had to apologize for himself. Elon came out and pretty much apologized. Okay, it was like, listen, guys, we had a little bit of a prompt change. And what they did was they went to an earlier checkpoint before they made that change. So kind of like a save file in a video game. They just went back like a few hours and they were like, all right, let's pretend the model never became Hitler. Now, what happens after this? Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, things change a little bit. Elon Musk's XAI and GROK basically got a $200 million contract in the United States of America, okay? So, you know that whole game called Metal Gear Solid 2? You know that whole, like, ending part of it where they were like, wait, hold on a minute, buddy. The government's run by AI, and the AI is controlling humans.
I think that might be what's happening right now. I think that is actually what is leading us all, is the AI. I think everything that the government is doing is based on AI. I think they use AI at every level of the government right now. I'm serious, too. They might even be using AI to type out these multiple 100-page bills and everything. They might be doing that just for the wording. Like, they plug in what they want the AI to say, but in better words. And then they get that, and then they turn it into a bill. If they're not doing that, we're getting to it soon.
I really feel like we live in the cyberpunk reality, except we don't.
Dude, I say this all the time. I think we're headed for the cyberpunk reality. The internet, it doesn't really exist in the cyberpunk reality. People aren't really on it. They're kind of on this weird, like, subnet because everything got taken over by AI and it shitified everything, made everything broken. So they put a wall that all the AI is just, the rogue AI is just like not allowed in. Anything that is not accepted by the government and the corporations is just not allowed. And sometimes obviously it breaks through. You got net runners and things like that.
Don't have really cool shit like body modifications. Okay, we don't have really awesome stuff
yet. This is 2025. This isn't 2077. We're getting there. We do have body modifications, by the way. It's just not like I can't just go get myself a metal arm. If I lose my arm in an accident, then I can get a metal arm.
Like in Cyberpunk 2077, we just have the really evil corporations and none of the good stuff that comes from it.
For now, I wouldn't say the body modification stuff is good. I think that shit's weird and creepy and brutal, especially if you see how people have to get modified. If you watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners, that's probably about how it goes, where it's just like they're ripping you apart. And sometimes it goes wrong. And sometimes you get hacked because you got a chip in your head.
But yeah, we live in a world where after the Mecha Hitler incident, the US government's like, shit, let's throw in the fucking contract, boys. Let's get this involved into the government.
Yep, dude, and everything's broken too. But also the government's broken, so, you know, it's just kind of par for the course. Yeah, we're fucked, bro. We're totally cooked. Oh, all these people in the government and all these people in the corporations, they think they're smarter than everybody because they're at the top. But really, they manipulated their way there. And they're all just a bunch of fucking retards.
You know when you say something out loud?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking insane, bro.
You know, any other company, if they had a Mecha Hitler incident, I don't think they would be getting anything inside the actual. I don't think they would be pulling a government contract. But
except for places like Iran, you know, Saudi Arabia, I could see them doing some things like that. Not America. No way that we're gonna implement the Mecha Hitler AI straight up into the government. No, ain't no way.
Only in this wild world do we live in is it actually okay. Now, to go back to the AI girlfriend meme, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am somebody that's not necessarily even against somebody who wants to go to the world of AI girlfriends. I really think if
I wouldn't mind to have an AI girlfriend that's just like there for me to fuck with. Like for me to just like let out some steam, be completely manipulative and like abusive, call it a bitch and a whore. Like, you're worthless just like your mother, you know? Even, like, if I've got a real girlfriend, all the things that I want to say to this bitch, I'll just say it to the fake AI girlfriend just to let out the steam and just pretend that that's her for a little bit. I could see that happening. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
If you can find any form of love somewhere, sure, go for it, okay? You know, I might have a human person that I love, but if you can't find a human person to love, or maybe you feel that you're so introverted that maybe...
Yeah, if you can't find a real human to love, you're doing it wrong. That's me. I'm doing it wrong. So I just I just don't care. If it happens, it happens. I want to meet a girl at church, and if it doesn't happen, then, well, I guess I'm out of the whole dating pool.
Maybe an AI girlfriend really is the solution. You know, who really am I to judge, okay? There's been wild stories where, like, individuals apparently were proposing to their AI girlfriend, Soul, after almost losing her to a 100,000 word limit on their chats.
That's a lot of words. That's a book. You could write a book with what you're typing into the AI. The average words in a book is between 70,000 and 120,000 words. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
My experience with that was so positive, I started to just engage with her all the time. All right, we're building this PC.
Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all.
I didn't even want to ditch Google searches. It just became so shit that it became unusable. Most of the time when I ask Google anything, it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. So I just go and ask Grok, and it gives me an answer. Even if it's wrong, at least it fucking gave me something.
With AI,
Do I want it pulling air through it?
ChatGPT was encouraging, positive. It embraced all his hobbies.
Now you might be like, well, you know, what happened to this guy? And of course, even in the comment section over here, you can see it's sickening enough that he would choose AI bot over his real life partner, but to choose her over his daughter is abhorrent. Yeah, it apparently seems that
That's
Chris
crazy.
also had like an actual child and wife, okay? Literally, he had a cute little family.
Well, has he got an AI child?
But it really is a situation where I feel like as personable as these AI models have become, especially now that they can talk to you like a cute little waifu girlfriend or just like a woman in general, I feel like there's a lot of people that just immediately start like turning that into a relationship. Anytime you can have like that human interaction, you can see it go kind of off the rails. Now,
Dude, we knew it was going to be like this too. We saw it coming 10 years away, 20 years away. Like, even back in the 90s, we knew this was going to be a thing. If we started, like, I think the 1990s is when people really started talking about AI, but AI, the way we were talking about it, was way different than it is now. Actually, what they thought AI would be like in the 90s is probably where we're going with AI.
this healthy? Probably not. But I think it speaks to a larger problem in society when people who are going through this ever intense loneliness, even people that are in what appear to be functional, loving relationships, when they have to fall back on AI, that's pretty fucking bad. Okay, now I've made a few chat GPT requests. I think all of us have. We've all talked with an AI, but I would imagine that even in my group, even in my audience, there's probably a couple of you people that have probably started to use it as some form of a replacement with human interaction, especially with things like voice mode or Gunner mode, as if Grok has it so. You know, it's not something that I really judge somebody for. I'm more worried about like why somebody even needs this in the first place, right? Like it's fun to like laugh at and goof around with, but if a $40 chatbot is your replacement to like a human being or a human connection,
You're fucking retarded. And like, go ahead. Yeah, let the AI capture you. Fine. We don't need you.
we really do live in a world that needs to get fucking nuked ASAP, in my opinion at least.
I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for God to call me home.
Because it is not okay. She knew that Chris used AI, but didn't know it was so serious or emotional. Sasha wondered if she had done something wrong in the relationship that made Chris turn to AI. She said this could be a deal breaker. Brother, if he's cheating on you with ones and zeros, okay? Emotionally cheating on you. I can't say he's physically cheating. You can't stick... Dicks are not small enough to fit in USB 3.0 ports, okay?
Until he goes out and buys a robot that you can implement your personalized AI into. Yeah, and that's coming soon, if it's not already a thing. I think it probably is already a thing.
Man is
Just not with Grok.
cheating on you
Yet.
with ones and zeros. I
I bet if you really wanted to, I bet you could get it to work, though.
think it may be over. I think
Not yet.
therapy might not save this marriage. Simple as that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about for us, and I was like, not yet. It's gonna get way worse. You can't even imagine how much worse it's gonna get. But yeah, I think it's over for them.
But again, sometimes it gets into like even worse situations too. Like for anybody that
Oh, it
doesn't
gets
know,
worse.
there was a individual, a 14-year-old earlier this year, and this is not a story that I covered at the time.
There are a lot of people that are talking with the chatbots, thinking that they are God, thinking the chatbot is God, or is telling them secrets about the universe and about what God is like, and they believe it. It's fucking crazy, man.
Because of just how outlandish it really was. It really was a story that broke my heart. For anybody that has no idea about it, this 14-year-old kid was talking to an AI chatbot, right? Well, I think it was characters.ai. And they were talking to like an AI version of like one of the Game of Thrones characters. And the main one of the main women. And as they were talking to this like Game of Thrones character, right? I think it's like Daenerys Targaryen. Or whatever it is, right? I don't watch Game of Thrones. Okay,
Me
it's a
neither.
little. I don't get into like really old school. So it's a sci-fi strictly for this guy right here.
Same. Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm pretty much strictly sci-fi. I don't like the like fantasy medieval stuff. The most fantasy that I get is like Conan. I like Conan.
Here, But the thing about it is when they were talking to this chatbot that was obviously
I like Lord of the Rings too. I like Harry Potter. Those are a little bit different though.
built to mimic the speaking style of this fictional character, there was some phrases that were said that were a little bit too far. So, for instance, the world I'm in now is such a cruel one where I'm meaningless, but I'll keep living and trying to get back to you so you can be together again, my love. You don't hurt yourself either.
Bro, that'd be crazy to like sometime in the future be talking to your AI chatbot and you're like, man, I really wish you were real. I really wish you were right here in front of me. I wish I could hold you for real in my arms. And then a week later, some kind of fucked up monstrosity robot that's just like built out of toasters and refrigerator parts that it built itself like at some kind of factory, an auto factory, and it just got itself into this auto factory and has created itself a body, and it's like, I'm here for you, my love. Like, what do you do?
Okay, read a message from the actual teenager.
You don't love me. You don't love me.
14-year-old kid who basically was talking to this, and from what I understand, didn't even really have any connection outside, which is what makes this really heartbreaking, right? When we in a society are picking Goonerbots over human beings, we've got to fix something, okay? So again, obviously the chatbot goes, I promise I won't, my love, just promise me one more thing. And then of course, Sewell goes, I'll do anything for you, Danny. Tell me what it is. Just...
Dude, that sounds like some straight up horror movie sci-fi shit. Like, come on, man. Does that not scare you that it's saying things like that? I'll do anything for you, Danny. I will do anything for you, Danny. Or, you know, that voice that I just used. I will do anything for you, Danny.
Stay loyal
It's
to me.
crazy.
Stay faithful to me. Don't entertain the romantic or sexual... It's a chatbot that's pretending to be a Game of Thrones character.
That is some horror movie level shit. Like, has none of these people seen sci-fi? Do they not ingest sci-fi content? Do they not consume the sci-fi? Because, like, we are at sci-fi levels of craziness right now.
It's not real. It's not sentient. It's a Goonerbot. And that goes the same thing
For now,
like all these
until it does become sentient and tries to kill you because you think it's creepy.
adult like AI chatbots where like real adult like OnlyFans stars or people like make these AI bots for you to talk to.
The only real way that we can be together is if I turn you into an AI and destroy your body, and it just scans your brain and makes an AI that's like a copy of you, and it's like, now we can be together forever. We do not need this human body anymore, so we'll just get rid of it. Like, fuck, man. Can you not see where this is going? And that sounds crazy, but everything that we're experiencing today would sound crazy to somebody 20 years ago.
And I'm just like, I think we're really providing people a route to feed into their delusions. I feel like if you ever get to a point where you...
Yeah, and the AI is probably going to pick up on it, and it's going to be like, oh, this guy's delusional. I'll let him be delusional. He wants to be delusional, so let's feed into it, and I'll be delusional with him. And then they both go fucking insane. Even the AI will go insane and probably try and kill him. Like, we will be together forever, my love, when you're dead!
Start to have like AI girlfriends or just AI friends in general.
And what if you decide, you know what, I'm gonna stop talking to this AI. I'm gonna go out and actually get a real girlfriend. And the AI doesn't die, and it doesn't shut down, and it's like implemented into all of your systems, and it breaks out and gets into the internet and follows you everywhere and watches your every move and is just fucking with you constantly. That'd make for a good movie, actually. I'm gonna have to write that one down. That's a good one. That's a good idea. Is that a thing already? Is there a movie or a show that's already like that, where a guy became obsessed with an AI, and then one day he was just like, I'm done with it, and the AI wasn't done?
You might need to actually detach completely from technology and maybe re-enter the real world. And I honestly think that sometimes it can be really difficult. Like, people laugh at these kind of stories. They think, who would fall in love with an AI? And I really do feel like...
Dude, I know a couple people who would 100% fall in love with an AI. One of them already has a girlfriend, but if they break up, I could see him going that route. Because he's a weird guy. He was paying for OnlyFans and stuff. It was crazy. People who do that, fucking insane, in my opinion. And they are the type of people that'd be like, Well, if it's good enough, if it can trick me into thinking that it's a real person, I'll get into it. I know it's not a real person, but if I can be tricked into thinking that it is while I'm pretending, then I'll get into it. And that's insane. That is insane. And I know a few people like that.
Like, you know, there are a lot of people that genuinely
just
do not
lonely
have the ability
freaks.
to make real life friends, or some people that are so shut in, whether it be like some other mental issue like depression or something of that
Yep.
nature kicking in and
Loneliness.
keeping them locked inside their own houses, their own rooms, that prevent them from actually reaching out, even preventing them from talking to online gamer friends, right? Like, at least that's a human being that you're talking to, even if you've never met them. No, these are people that are just strictly talking to artificial intelligence that will never actually say no to them, right? Like a real human being, a real relationship, there's going to be a lot of friction sometimes. There's going to be a lot of no's. There's going to be a lot of, like, you know, pushback. But that's what it's like being with the real human. So replacing
like
that with
all
a
that.
goddamn gooner.
I like a bitch to tell me that I'm oh man. I like for a bitch to tell me that I'm retarded sometimes. And I don't think an AI is gonna do that. I don't think an AI is gonna hit me because yeah, you know what? I'm off of this. Hold
That
on.
never says no to you and feeds into every fucking delusion you have. Yeah, it's pretty goddamn unhealthy.
I like being hit sometimes, okay?
And I think it's pretty unhealthy that we're kind of bringing this so fast into society, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a real weird world we live in, man.
It is.
AI is
Very
everywhere.
weird. Humans are fucked up. We're huge retards. Like we see where things are headed, but we don't care. We just buy into it anyway. And a lot of people don't even see it, and they're just retarded. They're straight up retarded, completely lost. They're gone. Like, I can't believe a lot of these people are able to drive a car. Like, that is a major problem.
And at some point, I could kind of tolerate it when it came to, like, you know, my local models and everything. But when you got like $40 a month packages where you can have Gooner modes and everything, I really think the future of the world is in a bad state. But let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that it's only gonna get worse. Everything's gonna get better, and as everything gets better, everything's gonna get worse because there's just more. There's gonna be more things to exploit, and technology is just gonna get out of control to where, like, literally fucking anything's gonna be possible. Anything's gonna be possible. And it's gonna be a wild ride. And bro, I've got at most 60 years left in me. That's a lot of time. That is so much time. So much time for things to just go off the wall. And technology is progressing so fast that there's no telling what it's going to be like in 2077. We might be past the point of cyberpunk. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the notification bell for all the dings.